My name's Colby Perigo, and welcome to the second edition of the Ravens Nest. On this episode, we're diving into AFC North running back rankings heading into the 2021 season. Each team has a bell cow back, so we're going by tandems on this because there's so much talent in this division at the running back position. So before we get started, if you could please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And he's obviously a workhorse, and in my opinion, he might be the best player on that team, outside of, Joe Burrow looks promising. Jamar Chase, we don't know yet. He hasn't played a game, but Joe Mixon might be the most important piece on that team. He's got great size. He's got the big body. He's fast. He's strong. He's agile. Unfortunately, he's coming off the worst year of his career. He was injured last year, so that's obviously not great. Last year, he had 3.6 yards a carry, 430 yards, 3 touchdowns, 21 catches, 140 yards, and another touchdown receiving. So obviously he didn't play all 16 last year. So look for those numbers to be improved, as well as maybe them leaning on him more to try and protect Joe Burrow, which I think they should do. But who knows with them? He needs to stay healthy, like I said, and this offense needs to run through him so that Joe Burrow can be the most effective, play action pass, and they got receivers all over the field. So Joe Mixon, he should have a good season if they, utilize him properly. Coming in at number 3 is Najee Harris, the rookie out of Alabama, and Benny Snell Jr. Harris is a freak athlete. I think he's like 6'2", 230, fast, strong. He's obviously everything that they need in a running back. People make the comp to Le'Veon Bell a lot. I've heard that a lot. It's so accurate. He's going to be catching the ball out of the backfield a lot. He's going to be a problem, which I'm just really pissed that they got him, because it was like the one position that an offensive line that they needed to address. They didn't have a difference maker there last year. You could see that. I see him, I see him getting over 1,200 yards total, whether that be rushing and receiving, probably having over 10 touchdowns. A lot of that depends on, what route Pittsburgh wants to take, if they want to change their philosophy. Last year, like I said in my previous video, they were just dink and dunk, get the ball out as quick as possible and try and let Ben carve you up. But for the Steelers to be the most effective, so they can make a deep playoff run, Najee Harris needs to be toting the rock, and I think he's going to be very good. He might be my fantasy running back this year. See if I can get him up, scoop him up. Number 2 is the tandem of J.K. Dobbins and Gus the Bus Edwards. Last year, Dobbins had 800 yards rushing, 6 yards a carry, 9 touchdowns, added 18 catches, 120 receiving yards. Edwards, very similar stats, 725 yards rushing, 5 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns. Edwards actually had more receiving yards than him. He had 9 catches for 130 yards. So these two, I think Dobbins is obviously going to be the workhorse, but I think we're going to see Dobbins is going to get over 1,000 yards. Gus Edwards, since he's been in the NFL, he's been right around that 700 yard mark. So I don't see that changing a lot. In the rushing attack, as far as the Ravens go, I'm gonna see a little bit less from Lamar. I think they're gonna be throwing the ball a little more, take less off Lamar's plate. One thing that I noticed from the Ravens offense last year, they were very slow to get to the line. They have a lot of motions and stuff like that in their offense. So something that could take that off Lamar's back is get under center, like it was reported. Get under center and just hand the ball off, because Gus Edwards is averaging 5 yards to carry since he's been in the NFL. J.K. Dobbins, 6 yards as a rookie last year. I don't see that stopping. They obviously benefit from the scheme and having Lamar. The threat for Lamar to take off and run is going to scare everyone. So when they're reading that D end, they're as they should. They're going to be focused on Lamar Jackson. I see this team taking a step back as far as rush yards go. I think they're going to be a little bit more efficient, which is crazy to say. I just think they're going to throw the ball more, and then they're going to lean on the ball in the second half, which I guess you could say that's what they do, what they have been doing. I just think they're going to be throwing the ball a little bit more here. So that's why they come in at number 2 for me. Coming in at number 1 is the tandem of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. These dudes they're savages, man. I hate playing against the Cleveland Browns because these two dudes, I feel like they've always tore us up. I remember actually the last time the Ravens lost to Cleveland, Nick Chubb had that huge, I think it was like an 80-yard touchdown run to kind of broke the game open and, sealed the victory for him. Like I said, these two are a nightmare to defend last year. I don't see it changing at all. I see it, enhancing. Nick Chubb had over 1,000 yards rushing, 5.6 yards a rush, 12 rushing touchdowns. He had 16 catches, 150 yards. Kareem Hunt, he's more of the receiving back of the two, 850 yards rushing, 4.2 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns. But like I said, he had 38 catches, 300 yards, and 5 touchdowns. One thing I'm going to be curious about these two going forward is how much they'll be on the field together. They have a loaded offense in the entirety, but I think the last game they played in Monday night against the Ravens, Kareem Hunt, I think he just ran like a simple hitch route out wide. I think I see him doing a lot more of that. I'm going to be curious to see if they get in, 22 personnel or just 20 personnel, something like that, because these two are two of their best players, on the team. So why not get them on the field together? They give people problems. If you got 2 running backs on the field, typically you're gonna be in either a base personnel or some sort of heavy nickel or something like that. So Kareem Hunt outside, is gonna be a mismatch, and if a corner's guarding him, that's fine. You're having a corner guard, a running back, that's what you want. But then someone else has the mismatch. So these two are just absolute nightmares. They're still going to get better. They're the focal point of the offense. If Baker Mayfield's going to succeed, then he needs these guys to be at their peak. It's the second year in that Kevin Stefanski's system. They're running that outside wide zone, one cut, get up the field, which I think is what Nick Chubb, that's what he's really good at, and I see him being more of the running threat. Like I said, the continuity on this team, they're finally all together. Same coach, same system. They put up or shut up at this point. They've got all the talent. They're my number 1 running back tandem in the AFC North. So guys, if you like more videos like this, please follow along, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing this for every single position group, offense and defense wise. Until then, keep following along.